皆さんこんにちは。ここはどこかというとドゥシャンベタジキスタンです。ドゥシャンベタジキスタンってどこかっていうと地図で調べてください。アフガニスタンの隣ですね。中国も接してますね。で今はですねドゥシャンベの中心部にある、インキュベーションセンターに来ていますね。これは日本とタジキスタンの共同プロジェクトなんですけども、ぜひ興味深いので、ね、ぜひ中に入ってみましょう。ご案内します。
Hi, my name is Umed. I'm a project officer of Business Incubation Project, which is funded by JICA.
My name is Khurshid, and I'm also a project officer in the same BIP project. Yeah, shortly we call it BIP.
Thank you very much. Would you kindly invite me to inside of the center?
Yes, let's go.
Sorry, could you kindly explain what is this about?
Yes, so that's our banner. Now we are at the facility of State Institution Business Incubator of Tajikistan. The facility is aimed at providing advisory and consultative support to businessmen of Tajikistan, usually startups, youth, vulnerable groups like women, disabled. And as you see, there is a date of September 15, 2020. It is when the facility was opened, and it was opened with the support of several organizations. You can see them: JICA, Japan International Cooperation Agency, OSC, UNDP, and also World Bank Group. Okay, let's go inside.
Okay, thank you. And what is this saying, this caption?
It says, "Become an entrepreneur with us."
Oh, become entrepreneur with you.
With us means with Business Incubator, with State Business Incubator.
I see.
And just some small information about the logo of this institution. As you see, it's similar to the gear, for example, which could be seen in your watch. So white color, red color, and green color are the color of flag of Tajikistan. And you can see even symbols like cotton. Cotton is the one of the crops which is grown in Tajikistan. At the same time, in the middle, you can see the crown and also 7 stars, because Tajikistan, it means the country of people who are wearing crown. Crown in Tajik means toj, so it is like a crown. And that's why there is small philosophy behind this logo, because it unites our colors of the flag, some anthems, and also it shows that when the business is a kind of device, you have to own several gears, and State Institution Business Incubator is a kind of gear which runs this business or conducive business environment. That's it. Okay, let's go. Please enter.
Please come.
So now you can see the first facility is called Advisory Center. Не, вы проходите, мы будем долго еще здесь. Да, просто он тут решил, да. So that's the Advisory Center of our institution. As you see, there are several tables. So any interested person in business and entrepreneurship, they can come here, and there is a special schedule. So experts are sitting here, for example, legal expert, marketologists, or customs officers, and they can explain how to run the business or provide some advices to the people who need such technical support. Okay? And of course, all this advisory service is provided free of charge. This one, we call it a wall of fame. You can see different gratitudes from various organizations to the state institution as they supported them. Okay? Let's go inside.
What are these?
So, in this corner, you can see it's written our residence. So State Institution Business Incubator, they're conducting 3-month incubation program, so-called incubation program. It means the interested companies or businessmen, individuals, legal, they can come and be a kind of incubated here. So it means different level of knowledge regarding the business is given to them, and then the names of such companies or businessmen are just located here, and in our tour we call our residents because they are staying here for 3 months and undergo under all these technical assistance programs. Okay?
Не, особо я думаю.
Давайте. Че? Ну давайте ничего скажем. Ничего скажите. Про это, конечно.
Yeah, so
То же самое.
on this wall you can see the development partners of the state business incubator. So there are UNDP, World Bank Group, JICA, and the government of the Republic of Tajikistan. And the technical partner is Babylon T, because they are providing a free of charge high-speed internet connection to the state business incubator. Yeah. And this is the interesting wall where the entrepreneur's roadmap is drawn, and it serves as a guidance for beginning businessmen.
Yeah. So, briefly speaking, for example, the person comes, he's applying for residency, then participate in weekly events, consultation for most viable product, mentorship for instance, which is done, also generating ideas. And Akahori-san is at the stage of generating ideas now. Yeah? I'm joking, of course. And then after that one, when the business plan is done, you can just go for so-called pitching session or preparing for investment pitching. Yeah.
Akahori-san, are you from Tajikistan?
What was that question?
Are you from Tajikistan?
I'm from Japan.
Okay.
Yes, I work for a JICA project, and we help entrepreneurs and small businesses grow in Tajikistan. So I hope you understand.
Very nice to meet you.
Okay. So and now you can see this area, we call it co-working area, because different people can come here, they are allocated for the place. Sometimes it's on monthly, sometimes it's on weekly, there is unlimited internet access. Yeah, and they can come and work on their ideas and business plans with the support of Business Incubator. Okay, let's go then maybe to conference hall.
And by the way, so these on your left side you can see the small separate rooms, they are also considered as a part of the co-working area, and they are rented by the State Business Incubator to the businesses or to the clients who need more space or just separate spaces. Yeah, and 2 of these rooms are occupied by our project, the Business Incubation project funded by JICA.
Yeah, so that room is our conference hall where we usually have different events, but now it's occupied and there are some IT guys are working on their projects, so you can just go and see. Now let's go to our so-called training lab where we usually conduct different trainings and seminars.
By the way, this is so-called the green zone, for some relaxed meetings, and there is a PlayStation. You can use it when you have some free time to relax playing some video games.
Yeah, like Mortal Kombat, or if you want, you can also watch some anime on this beautiful Korean LG television. So that facility, we called it training lab because most of all these training sessions are conducted here. At this page we have ICT training, which is done also by JICA. You can see the logo of our project, Business Incubation Project, which is funded by JICA. Yeah, so the facility is fully equipped. We have different televisions, we have screen, we have sound system. Also, it's has full access to internet. If, for example, we're conducting some online events, Zoom, so everything is fully equipped. So that's it for the training lab. And also, thanks for coming to our facility. But if you have any other project.
So mostly the people who are interested in opening a business or starting a business, and also some existing businessmen are also using this facility. For example, the Business Incubator has a 3-month incubation program where people, just the beginning businessmen, can clear that 3 months incubation process and come up with a business idea and be supported by the state business incubator to start their business. By saying support, I mean both consulting services, mentorship, and sometimes some financial support. Of course, it can be funded by the business incubator, by the state business incubator, or jointly by the business incubator in cooperation with any donors organization. Yeah. And also the people which we saw in the co-working area, some of them are existing businessmen who use the co-working space of the State Business Incubator just because it's convenient. They don't need to pay a lot for renting an office in a business center, yeah, but just for the reasonable price, they can rent a small place for running their business.
I see. Okay, one more question.
Yeah, sure.
So I understand that many of them, I mean the users who are occupying the open co-sharing working space, they are the IT entrepreneurs somehow. Then what kind of businesses that they are doing? Do you have any idea?
Online shops, developers of some mobile applications, then like the developers of some websites, designers. The most popular businesses which can be run distantly or online. Yeah, so the most of these people are doing that kind of business.
Right, thank you very much. Apart from this center, is there any other similar function center in the city?
In the city, similar functions are doing some co-working offices, but they are not state. They are purely profit-oriented companies which propose just a space, internet, and maybe some tea and coffee. Yeah, you pay and rent a space to do your job or business. but we cannot state that there is any just 100% similar facility in Tajikistan.
I see. They also providing some consulting services or mentoring services to the users?
Yes, yes. So it is one of the functions of the State Business Incubator to support people by providing them some consultants, mentorship, or advisors. And the advisory center, which Umed-san kindly presented you in the beginning, its function is purely to consult people.
I see. By the way, in this country, Tajikistan, what kind of IT business, as for startups, is currently most popular or most promising, do you think?
As I'm not a person from this IT environment, I cannot state with the 100% confidence, but to me, again, the online shops, then website development, and some online platforms like the marketplaces.
Are you personally using online shopping frequently?
Yeah, I usually do.
Okay, for what kind of shopping you are using?
For example, a couple of local supermarkets, they provide the online shopping services. So simply when I am too busy to go to the shop physically, I can order any products online and they just deliver me within an hour. Yeah, and the same situation with the food, with the clothes, yeah, sometimes.
So you think it's quite useful?
Yeah, I think it's quite useful, and it is becoming more and more popular in Tajikistan.
Mm-hmm. Especially for young generation.
Yeah, sure, yeah. E-commerce is the very, fast accelerating the field.
I see. Yeah, thanks very much. So, apart from e-commerce, do you think that the other startup like mobile application for example, like Uber type of things, like for transportation, to deliver the shopping material, or the mobile application for the health worker or the health solution or education or even agriculture? Do you think that kind of mobile applications are quite enlarged within the country?
They are not quite enlarged, but I know that there are people who are working on such projects. For example, I know one startup. I cannot tell you the name of that startup, but it is the a mobile application for medical services. Yeah. In terms of agriculture and transportation, there are also some, but anyway, they are not so much developed yet in this country.
And do you think that that kind of the solution provision startups will be more and more increased?
Of course. The world is moving so fast, and we have to catch up. So there is no other choice, yeah? Or you follow the global trends, or you just leaving behind. Yeah, so gradually, but we are
Stepping one by one.
yeah.
That's good. Okay, final question for myself. So, if I say this is a part of ecosystem, innovation ecosystem, this place is giving a mentoring, consultation, or even a small financial support and sharing office. This is a kind of platform, I believe, and this is a kind of a part of ecosystem. But the ecosystem will require some financial actor like venture capitalist or the banking sector, those kind of people who can provide risk money. Do you think that kind of actor as for financial sectors are increasing in your country?
They are increasing and they will increase. And for example, just recently, a venture investors school was open in Dushanbe. So, in terms of financial sustainability, I think State Business Incubator will become financially sustainable, because the financial sector in Tajikistan is developing as well.
Do you think that this center, the role and function of this center will be more and more become important for especially for the young generation in this country?
Yes, I think so, because the business incubator acceleration programs are a trendy word in the modern world. So that's why the goal of this facility is very vital for the further development of economy in Tajikistan. And that's why business incubator has several branches in regions. So far it's 4 of them, but they're going to increase maybe for the next maybe 2 or 3 another branches in remote areas. So it means that the government of Tajikistan thinks that developing entrepreneurship and creation of conducive business environment is vital. So that's why this facility will grow and expand its coverage.
I see. Okay, so what is the biggest obstacle or the biggest the barrier which this business incubation project have to overcome in order to grow more?
Under you mean facility or business incubator project?
I mean as a whole, from the domestic, the regulation or the outside external environment or financial situation, whatever.
So my point is the following: the government of Tajikistan should understand or identify its stance. Is entrepreneurship development is a social responsibility of the government, and then the government pays, for example, salaries, covers some administrative costs of such facilities, and then the services are provided free of charge? Or the business incubator should provide very, very good and advanced and specialized advisory services, so people are ready to pay for such services. So it depends on the audience. I think such facilities as a business incubator, they should gradually convert into public-private partnerships. Yeah. So one part can provide being a kind of social maybe responsibility of the government and can cover some poor layers of population and provide basics of business, of entrepreneurship on free of charge basis, but at the same time some advices or technical support like from advisory services should be provided on a fee-based system.
I see. I noticed that the young generation in this country who are participating in my training program, they are quite, how can I say, very hardworking and very well educated, and they are eager to grow up. So they are very good, I see. But from your viewpoint, what might be more necessary for young generation in order to be an entrepreneur, ideal entrepreneur?
Well, when we are talking about young generation, of course they should be smarter and more user-friendly with the technologies, which is just a way of life, yeah? But in order to improve their willingness to be engaged in business, I think we should improve access to finance, so maybe a lower interest rate, because annual interest rate in our country it's like 24-28% comparing to Japan, which is just maybe 1% or 0.5%, and for startups 24% of interest rate is just impossible to pay. You will never be successful. So one of the ways is to improve access to finance. The second way to maybe make their life easier is to having better access to internet. Unfortunately, Tajikistan out of 155 countries is ranked maybe 142nd with the speed of internet. Speed of internet is very vital in the modern conditions, but unfortunately it's very low in Tajikistan. So one of the reasons to improve the businesses and also all these successes of startups is also to give them reliable and unlimited internet.
I see. Sorry, my final question. So, do you have any message to the Japanese investors, potential investors, or Japanese potential partners who might be interested in this country to partner with startup in this country or to support the startup from the financial aspect? Do you have any message?
Well, firstly, maybe I have to thank people of Japan, because they are providing all this technical support through the JICA, Japan International Cooperation Agency. And when we are talking about Japanese investors, of course I understand the Tajik market is very small, it's only 10 million people. However, it's a growing market and it might be considered as an outsource for IT guys, IT programmers who could be outsourced from Tajikistan to Japanese. And also still there is such facilities and efforts of the government, facilities like Business Incubator, which can provide necessary support if Japanese investors will decide to come to the Tajik market. So always welcome to Tajikistan. It is new niche, maybe it might be very strategically important and maybe profitable for investors.
So you're saying that this is a very good timing for them to come into Tajikistan?
Yes, it is indeed in this way.
All right. Okay, thanks very much.
Okay, thanks a lot.